Productions.
This I believe, that a star cannot shine without darkness. My life was set for failure, at least that's what I used to think. Growing up, everywhere I looked, there was always someone fighting or doing drugs. The person that I looked up to the most was my brother, and he was in the game too. I looked at my brother's shaved head, nice creased pants, white t-shirts. But following in his footsteps led me to a world where I was always running. If I wasn't running from the cops, it was from people that wanted me dead. I was a star living in the darkness. I remember the first time my family got involved in the darkness that I had been living in for the past 13 years. I just had got into an argument with some kid from a different gang. He hit me, but I didn't hit him back because my little sister was there. She was crying because she was afraid. I got mad and I ended up fighting him. Later he found out where I lived from a close friend and told my mom that night that this was going to be my last week here on earth. Crying, my mom told me to call my older brother. He had been getting his life together up in Colorado Springs, and I wanted out of this terrible life. I moved in with Oten. That was the beginning of a new life. I rose to the sky, but the star inside of me was not yet shining. In Colorado Springs, I began to play freshman football for my high school. I was getting the taste of the good life. For the first time I could walk from north to south, east to west. I was safe. No one was after me. I was in between darkness and light. But that all went down the drain when we had to move back to California. I stayed out of trouble for the first 4 months, but a kid like me, hard-headed, had to get back into the game. On my sister's quinceañera, I walked outside to take my cousin to her car. 4 guys from a different gang jumped me. I threw a swing at one of them, and the same guy came back up with a .45 pistol pointing right at me. My cousin was afraid, so she pushed me back into the house. Everyone found out what just had happened. The quinceañera was over. I will always feel like I owe the world to my little sister because of that night. The darkness was still there, just waiting for me. That is when another cousin and his wife offered to let me live with them up in Houston, Texas, before I made a dumb decision and totally messed up my life. Once again, I was walking without any worries. I went to Cy Falls High School, my senior year. I got into theater, made new friends that I call my second family now, worked hard and stayed out of trouble. I finished high school successfully. I know I'm far away from reaching my dream of becoming a probation officer, but being here in college is a good start, bringing me a step closer. I remember one day my mom called me and told me that one of my closest friends got shot 9 times, but that he was still alive. I wondered how many of those shots would have been for me. The day he came out of the hospital, he went back into the same old thing, gangbanging. I climbed the biggest mountain. I walked upon the shadow of death. That's when I realized that I rose to the sky, but this time, the star inside of me was shining more than ever. That is why I believe that a star cannot shine without darkness.